And for further analysis, we are now joined by Michael Bociurkiw. He is a senior fellow at the Atlantic Council's Eurasia Center, and he joins us live from Odessa. Sir, some people have said that this is not just an attack on Kiev, but indeed an attack on the entire peace process. Would you agree with that statement?
Good to be with you. Well, as I tweeted today, I tweeted that those attacks that hit the British Council office, the EU office, these are diplomatic properties, I will remind you. Not far from where I'm sitting right now, some time ago, the Chinese consulate got sprayed by Russian fire, as have many other diplomatic properties. These are diplomatic properties that are NATO member states. If that doesn't trigger some kind of reaction from NATO, including perhaps Article 5, I don't know what is. So I think that's what a lot of Ukrainians are feeling right now. There's a lot of words coming out of the mouths of Western allies, but at the end of the day, words do not stop Russian missiles the way Patriot defense systems do.
Right, and Ursula von der Leyen has said that the EU is applying maximum pressure. Sounds like you wouldn't agree with that. So what other steps do you think, in addition to the ones that you've just mentioned, should be taken to ensure that attacks like this cease?
Yeah, what she said is, excuse my language, it's a joke. In fact, I was just sitting with a small business owner down the street and showed him the video of what she said, and he just shook his head in disgust. You know, in that clip you played, she said we're entering the 19 package of sanctions. Imagine if our esteemed EU leaders had put all of those packages together at the start of the war, threw it at the Russians to tighten the noose, what would have happened then? And then, I mean, I was heartened, if there's any good news to come out of what she said, is that they're looking at use of frozen Russian assets, around 198 billion euro, and giving that to Ukraine. I think they should take the whole lot and do it today or tomorrow, not down the road, and give it to Ukraine to help defend itself. But so far, they've been very reluctant to do that. One more quick point, if I will, to give some people perspective. If the EU allows a man-made famine to happen on its doorstep in Gaza, you can't blame a lot of Ukrainians for wondering why they're sitting on their hands when it comes to Ukraine. A lot more could be done. A lot more could have been done at the start of the war to give Ukraine everything it needed, but that did not happen.
And sir, the EU leaders that you are saying are being too lenient, they have oftentimes thought Donald Trump is also being too lenient. Do you think this could be the attack that convinces Trump to be more harsh with the Russians?
Sadly, no. Here's the situation we have with Donald Trump, is that he holds all the cards at the moment in terms of military might, in terms of persuasion over the key interlocutors, and he keeps on shuffling the deck. You have Ukraine and the other EU leaders, Western leaders at the table, and they can't figure out what his next move is going to be. Meanwhile, you have another party at the table who keeps on cheating the House and gets away with it. So it creates this bizarre situation where no one knows what to do next in terms of military policy, in terms of diplomatic policy when it comes to Donald Trump. I would have expected him to perhaps, after seeing or being briefed on what happened, to get up early this morning, make a strong statement and say, Mr. Putin is game over, no more. But I think Mr. Putin is actually mocking Mr. Trump by pushing the limit, because there are no solid red lines at the moment for him to say, okay, I can't do this anymore. And that puts the rules-based international order in a very, very precarious situation at the moment.
All right, sir, really appreciate your insights live to us there from Odessa.
Thank you.